the Nintendo Switch 2 is here, and I'm going to walk you guys through how to set it up. The full walkthrough, including system transfer once we get there. But it's going right from the start. As soon as you load up your Switch 2, I'm extremely tired, so bear with me. It's past 3 in the morning when I'm recording this. First things first, I'm going to choose US, go to the Americas. Of course, you're going to choose whatever it's going to be for you. I'm going to go to the internet settings. I'm going to cut this part because I don't want you to see my internet settings. So give me 1 second. It's going to search for networks. My connection was successful. Next thing's going to happen is going to do a system update. About to download the update, you can continue setting up all the update downloads. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set up my my region here. So I'm going to look for me, it's going to be New York, Montreal, and Toronto. So I'm going to click that. With Nintendo Switch 2, you can play games wherever you want, however you want. And then, of course, just kind of telling you how you can do things. I already know all this. We talked about that a little bit before. Tells you how to do things. I could do the attachment guide, just so you guys can take a look at what it looks like. We'll go next. We got the wrist straps. We got some music. I don't know why we don't have music on the home menu. This music would be perfect on the home menu. So I'm a little bit upset about that. This is downloading. I have really fast internet, so thankfully it's not going to take too long. I actually don't know how big the update is. These Joy-Cons are in my hands. I do have the Pro Controller as well. Okay, we're going to hit OK because the system transfer is done. Or not transfer, the update rather. So we're going to do a system transfer. You can transfer data from your Nintendo Switch 1. What we're going to do is we're going to start transfer. You can do this later in the system settings. I'm going to click Start Transfer. If you have a micro SD express memory card, insert it. You can use the micro SD express card to store data for downloadable software, screenshots, etc. Only micro SD cards, express cards are going to be, useful. So I'm going to skip this for now. I'm going to sign into my Nintendo account. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to do that. And once you scan the QR code on your phone, or do it, other ways. There's other methods you can do that. But if you do use your phone, it's going to ask you to enter the code. I'm going to go ahead and enter the code that it shows me on my phone here. Once I enter the code, it should just go ahead and sign me into my Nintendo account. And we should be good to go. There it is, JSkeleton with my Diddy icon. Move this system and the source system close together to transfer data. I'm going to click next. It says source system. Move this system close. So I got my Nintendo Switch OLED in my hands here. I'm going to make sure that it's on and ready to go. It should be close. I'm going to click done because it should be close enough. Please do the following on the source Nintendo Switch system. So it's going to tell me to basically go to the system settings exactly as I told you. I'm just going to do that. You can't see it, excuse me, because unfortunately I can only capture, one console at a time, whatnot. But it tells you basically what to do. You're just going to go to the system settings. You're going to scroll down and look for the system transfer to the Nintendo Switch 2. So as you can see, there's actually a lot of data that it's saying cannot be transferred to the Nintendo Switch 2 for some reason. So you can see that on my camera here. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of stuff, mostly like demos and stuff, but weirdly, Pokemon Shield and Sword says it can be transferred. It's just that it's going to be removed from this system after, which I don't really care. So stuff like Yoshi's Crafted World or whatever it's called. Crafted World? Yeah. Demo. A lot of demo stuff. Pokemon Unite, Scarlet, Violet, Animal Crossing, of course. Mostly demo stuff. Splatoon 2 is another one. Fortnite. All the Pokemon games pretty much is going to, yeah, that's pretty much what's going to be. So I'm going to click next, and it says connect the AC adapter before starting the system transfer process. So I'm going to have to go ahead and connect this really quick. All right, so once I plugged it in, it just basically searched for the Nintendo Switch 2. On this screen, you can see I can start the download. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click start download, and it is currently about, let's say, 3:28 in the morning. It's very late. We're going to see how long this takes. It does say please wait, so I'm not sure if it's actually already downloading or not. Let me check my Switch 1 console and see if it shows anything there. So I did not do anything on my Switch 1 console. It just took a minute to actually do that. It's calculating the time it's going to take to download the data. You can see that it's a couple percent in the short amount of time. It's 3:29 basically a.m. by the time I started this. It's going to depend on how much data you have to transfer. I've been playing a lot of the Switch 1, excuse me, since launch. I've played most of the first party games, so I have a lot of stuff. I have probably a few hundred screenshots is my guess. So yeah, it's roughly estimating that it'll take about 15 minutes, but it's already at 5%. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, 3:29 a.m. We'll see how long it takes me. Hopefully not too long, because I would love to go to sleep tonight at some point. All right. So once it finishes transferring, it's going to reboot the system. And then once you come up here, it's going to finish the transfer and it's going to say complete. Downloadable software will be re-downloaded later. So we're going to have to do that later. I'm going to have to turn my Joy-Cons back on. The theme color from the source system will be carried over. Now the setup is complete. I'm going to put my headphones back on to see if there's any sounds. I'm going to push the home button as it tells me to, and we're going to go onto the Nintendo Switch 2. There's a little music here. Yeah. Look at that. There it is. It's all here. And it's going to start downloading all my games. Weirdly, the menu actually looks way better. And it's in 4K, which is really nice. Virtual game card added, which of course is Welcome Tour, because I did pre-order that. So that's going to download for me as well. If I go to my album, let's see if my... Yeah, there you go. My screenshots. The funny thing is, I took these screenshots from my Switch Lite, and I didn't transfer my Switch Lite. So we see my screenshots are here. I don't know why I take some random screenshots, but they're all here. I don't know how many I have, but anyways. 322. I think I have more than that. This looks really good in 4K goodness. If I go to my home thing page here. Yeah, let's not go to the home page. So we got Nintendo Switch Online. You know, it just shows off personal info. So we got Nintendo Switch Online. If we load in, we can see that what we should have now is going to be the GameCube. So we can see Mario Kart World is here. There's some music here as well, which is nice. Everything is snappy. Very, 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 very snappy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the Nintendo Classics section. I'm going to go to the GameCube section. This is one of the first things you're probably going to want to do right here is we're going to want to download the GameCube. So it's a free download. We have 3 games at launch. So we're just going to click the free download. Again, you have to be subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online. So I'm going to have to go and enter my PIN. Give me 1 second. And we are in. So I'm going to click the free download. I'm going to click down here again, free download. And again, the GameCube games can only be played on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Sorry, I hit game chat accidentally, which we're not going to be doing right now. I'm going to go over here. Game chat is a function. Let's say, okay, let's just check it out really quick. If it loads up, welcome to game chat. Let's get everything ready to go. It's going to tell you about game chat. It's free for everybody until, well, you got to read the terms, I guess, until March 2026. Sorry, I guess I got to hit next. Then I consent, then next. To use game chat, you'll need to confirm your phone number. So I'm going to have to do that really quick. And my phone number has been linked. It's all through the phone itself that I was doing that, scanning it with the QR code. So you're going to need to approve friends for chatting. That's basically how this works. Basically, all my friends are approved for chatting. I guess, I don't know, whatever. I'll just go like that for now, and we'll see how this goes. When using game chat, this kind of tells you a little bit about that. Please respect everybody. If you need to report someone, I guess you can report someone. I can create a chat. I can go to settings, mute microphone when entering a chat session, which I'll probably do that really quick. This is where you can kind of check your chat list. I don't have any in here. I can create a chat. There's no one to create a chat with at the moment, but this is where you would go ahead and do that, and then you can jump in. Maybe we'll check it out a little bit more in depth in a different video when I can actually get someone linked up to kind of do that. Of course, if we go to the news section, you can see the news section is pretty similar, I think, for the most part. I keep hitting the game chat button accidentally. We have the Nintendo eShop. We're going to check that out really quick, see if that's a little bit smoother, which it should be. Loads way quicker. We can kind of go through it. It's pretty snappy. It feels like there's a little bit of a delay. Which I'm like, okay. You know, okay. Not bad. Little, yeah, it's not too bad. If you do get the Mario Kart World bundle, you're going to go down to the bottom, and this is where you're going to enter your code. So you can do that. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do it off camera. So again, if I'm scrolling through things quickly, it does feel a little laggy still, which is a little bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. So it's a lot better than it was, which is improvement. But hopefully over time it doesn't kind of, you know, slow down. We've already talked about game share before. We can go into the controllers menu. We can change grips, how to pair controllers, how to use GR buttons. For example, if you want to know how to do that, it tells you how to do that. It's very easy to do, essentially. I keep hitting the chat button accidentally. So you can do that basically in here when you hold the home button. But anyways, that's pretty much that. It'll teach you how to use the mouse controls if you want to know how to use it to display the cursor. So see, there you go. Now I have a cursor, and it feels pretty good. I think, you know, I can scroll through here. I don't have the boot on it, the little wrist strap, which would make it feel a lot smoother. But this is great. It's buttery smooth. And again, I can just kind of swap between them. Now I'm just kind of swapping with my stick. Now I'm back here. It's very smooth. You just put the mouse down, pick it up. I can do it on the home menu too. So I can go here. You know, I can kind of scroll. I'm scrolling with the stick over here. And that's it. I can just go click on something if I want to. So that's how that works. Virtual game cards. I mean, you already know about that, so I'm not going to go there. System settings. This is probably where you're going to want to go to set a couple things up. Past the internet section, you can see parental controls, accessibility options. So there's like bold text, high contrast, zoom, lots of different stuff here that you can go ahead and do. Data management. I still have quite a bit of space on this internal. Plus, I got a 251, 251, 250. 252? I don't know how much. I did not put the micro SD card in yet, but it's very, 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 very simple. I can go ahead and transfer my save data if I want to, receive save data. I'm not going to do that, not right now, but I can do that if I'd like to. You can adjust your users, your accessories here. You can turn off the controller vibration if you'd like to. You can turn off mouse controls if you want to. You can adjust mouse sensitivity. So for me, this feels way too high. I think medium is good. Low, for me, feels a little too sluggish. I think the default medium is a nice medium. But yeah, we can update the Nintendo Switch 2 camera. I don't have it currently plugged in. Let me plug it in. Hold on. Okay, so I plugged it in. I'm going to click update the camera. It's already up to date, so I can test it. So you can see here how the camera looks. It's giving me like a really, really wide angle. You can see my whole room here. So it's a little bit of a mess. Please ignore the mess. But this is what the camera looks like. And it's kind of pointing all the way over here. So yeah, I mean, you can capture everybody in a whole room. Again, it's very wide angle. The quality is not great. It's supposed to be 1080p. It's not great quality. But for what you're going to be using it for, it doesn't need to be great quality anyways. And it works good. You can see like the frame rate. It's okay. I think it's probably 30 FPS. It's hard to tell, but yeah, there you go. That's what that looks like. Anyways, you can calibrate the control sticks, the motion controls, the input, test the input devices, Nintendo Switch Pro controller, wired communication. You can swap A and B. You can do all sorts of things. The audio, lots of stuff here you can do with the audio if you'd like to. I'm not really going to go too much in this. Again, keep in mind that the Switch 2 does have a microphone. The input microphone is automatic. Noise suppression is on. Microphone input volume. We can mess with that. We can test it. Hello. Hello. Oh, we can begin recording. Let me see how this sounds. Hello. Check 1 2. Recording for 5 seconds. Speak toward the mic. Okay.
Hello. Check 1 2. Recording for 5 seconds. Speak toward the mic.
So it's, you know, it's maybe 4 feet away from me, roughly. 5 tops. It's pretty echoey, but you know, it is what it is. Display, you can turn off the HDR output if you would like to. TV resolution is automatic. You can mess with that. RGB range. Screen burn-in reduction is on by default. 120 hertz it supports. A bunch of different stuff like that. So you can go mess with that. Amiibo, themes called basic light, basic dark, notifications. If you want to mess with that, sleep mode. So you can kind of adjust that as you see fit. And then under your system settings, of course, you can go system update, the dock update. Dock's already up to date. Different stuff like that. So yeah, system lock, all that good stuff. System battery, if you want to see the battery percentage. I believe that's what it is. You can click to stop charging around 90% this to increase the longevity of the battery and different things like that. And yeah, that's pretty much how you would you do that. System lock, I could turn this on and essentially I can put a pin in here if I want to. I'm not going to. I don't care to do that, but you could do that if you would like to. So all that to say, I think that pretty much covers the setup. There's not a whole lot more I can really say beyond that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know. But that is the Switch 2 full setup walkthrough. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more. Stay tuned for a lot more Switch 2 content. Until the next one, game on. See you guys later.